love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're
check 1 2 1 2.
cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need a little cowbell to get this stream started in order. Bring out your cowbell. Ding-a-ling-a-ding-dong. Oh, that's the end of the music. Oh, it's a blank screen. I guess it's time to hit the button. Sean?
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like I just want to say thank you very much.
And we still got every button pressed in the world here, making everything just go off all crazy. Welcome to the daytime stream, ladies and gentlemen. We're just popping in, trying to find some good setups on some altcoins. Will they go up or will they go down? If you're asking me, it looks like we got a slight chance for them to come up and then come down a little bit. Altcoins total 3. We're looking at that, and I'm here on the 4 hour. Right now, it is looking like we are possibly at a bottom with maybe a little bullish divergence to get a nice little spike up out of altcoins, to be honest with you. Short term, though, short term, possibly short term. I'm looking here on the 4 hour chart. Maybe I should zoom out to the daily to give us a little bit better of a feel. You're a boomer. We're following this trend line here. We broke that little sucker. We're below our 9 moving average. We fell below our 21 moving average. That's the red line. And we're touching the 50. And that's a good place to get a bounce. I don't know if it's going to stick yet or not. We noticed that we're below the 200 moving average, which puts us in a bearish predicament, and the 100 bearishly crossed over it, so that one's giving us some downward pressure there. I am eventually looking for a chance for us to come down here, so maybe we'll come up and then come down. We'll give it some chances. I'm also looking for the possibility maybe our angles are changing, maybe we can incorporate this a little bit, but right now this is what we got. We broke it. We broke it. It's broken. The trend has broken. So we need to capitalize on that. Make sure we don't get on the wrong side of the trade. But here we are with the MACD on the daily. This is the biggest indicator, I think, to really notice here. To give us a true sense of the momentum is that she crossed bearish. It is now official on the bigger time frames that we're getting some downpull. On our altcoins, we made a lower high over here on total 3, meaning that we could technically make a lower low than this. I hope not. That would suck. The Ichimoku cloud indicator that I use over here just to kind of, help me with situations like this are saying, oh man, it's not so bad right now. We probably just here or here, and then we can kind of bounce out. And so what we might be looking for total 3 is a possible bottoming pattern here, commonly referred to as an inverted head and shoulders, and we could come all the way back down there and then bounce beautifully. So we got some ideas on how to play this. Now it looks like we might come up here before we do that. So if you try to short now, you might be disappointed, might get stopped out, might get frustrated. If you try to long now, you'll say, screw this, it's never going down, we're going to the moon, baby, I'm going long. There could be some nice little short-term plays to the upside there, possibly. If you get really lucky, maybe they'll break out of here, but that's a little too optimistic. I think if we anything, we might be a little bump up and then some more down is what it's starting to look like, according to the bigger indicators here. We could play that. We might be able to find some shorts. Might be able to find some short plays out here. And I'm sure there will be some nice little altcoins that are going to pop up and boom, and then there's going to be a lot of them that are starting to go down. Looking at altcoins for the day, we can see we're down 2-3%, almost 4% here on the top 300 to 400. So things are starting to turn around a little bit, right? All the bumpy bumps to the upsides, all them little flags to the upsides are not flagging out. Those flags stop flying. They're flying half-mast right now. Gosh darn it, sucks to be a flag trader right now. If only there was a better way. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I've got 6 people hanging out. Let me say hello to everybody real quick. Be nice about it over here. We got Sin, who was first. How's it going, Sin? Glad to have you here. There was me having a software update at the last minute, making me be a minute or so late. Yeah. All right. We got Dylan VA. We got Soul. How's it going, Soul? The Dusty Hunt. And probably a couple of lurkers out here. My tablet being one of them, so I can keep up with you guys a little easier on the chat here. Let's start looking at some altcoins, see if they're going up or down. I probably need to check my little account because I haven't done that today. Uh-oh. I don't know what she's going to be like. I may be down a lot. I don't know. This is my little tiny account that I have here for the channel, which got smaller and smaller. I'm just going to be honest with you. We've been trying to build this little sucker back up, but I'm telling you, as much as I get some trades that look, oh, look, we're up 128%. We're up. As much as I do that, I'm still hanging around the same balance area. Somewhere between 200 and really between 180 and 220 seems to be where I'm fluctuating there and not breaking out. So good trades, bad trades. One of my best ones has been Party, where I got up here. I think I added more and it brought her down just a little bit. I can't remember, but anyway, we got in up here on a nice short on Party. And you might be saying, Road Dog, how did you find Party? How did you know to get in? And honestly, all I did is I go over here, I go to the futures trading, and I put and see which ones are just blasting off, got some crazy number. And if they are going parabolic like this, I'm going to try to short that little sucker, probably. I wanted to come up here, and that would have been a good one. I missed that one. I'm not seeing that many great ones here. And then there was some of them where I'll just go and see which ones are down the most and say, well, is there a possible long there? Basically, that's what I've been doing to catch some of these. And of course, then, I try to use my fibs and some ideas like that. This one dropped a lot from 344 to 166 for layer. Yeah. That one was hot until it's not. She went parabolic, and do notice this. I think this is so helpful. Can I get the line? I don't know where it's at. I'll probably just do the paintbrush. Parabolic moves where they start curving. Yeah. You can get this out of them. Just saying. She's down at her 618. Oh, we get bounced from there. She might. I'd be looking at 120 to be honest with you on this one. Now call me crazy, but I might make, nah, it'd be a kind of a blind play. I'm ballsy enough to put me a limit order in there if I want to take that, but let's see if I don't want to just jump out there for anything. That's an interesting one. Let's put you on our radar. I'll put a little star over there. What was the other one over here? Brew. That's one of mine that I shorted from right up here. And you're like, Road Dog, how'd you do that? That's crazy, man. That's obscene. You got the top. How'd you do that? And that's one that I found that would happen to be up. And I look at her and see where she's at her areas. I didn't do it on this one, obviously, because I got different fib settings. But when I saw that she was at an area to reverse, and I thought, well, I'm going to try this little sucker. And that's been cool. That's been cool. Probably should take a little profit out of you. How you doing lately? Oh. Are you back in? No, you're below. I'll let you ride. If you're below my trend line here, I believe I'll let you ride, but I should probably pull my stop loss down a little bit. These aren't big trades. These are small trades. I'm not, like I said, it's a small account. We're talking, like I got in that party trade $5. It's not much. $200 account. I can't go too crazy sensibly, but that one's up 141%. So yay, cool. Some of them have done good. Some of them, you know, are still trying to get their footing. I've got a few longs out there. I got a long on Kava, and you're finally up. And can't tell. I think I'm too close to put a stop loss in right there. I gotta go check some of those guys out. But here's one. I mean, they're small, $3 trade, but I've already took $2 out of it and still got $2 I can, or basically $2 I can still take out of it. That was fun. Basically the same thing. I'm just catching these little guys when they're spiked up, and of course on this one I added to it, so it's lowered my entry. So now I got a really tight stop loss here to see if this one's going to play out. I've already taken the vast majority of profits and got her down to where she was like $1 or something. So that's not enough to have in a trade. So I added to it, brought my entry down. We went over that one, and then Fartcoin. I'm still down on. Oh man, Fartcoin. Is that my Fartcoin long? Yeah, I'm underwater on that one. I should have got out of that one a minute ago, but I didn't. Not playing, and this probably has a lot to do why I'm down some. Had a few Bitcoin trades that went against me, but most of these little altcoins, they've been doing good. Anyway, that's what I've been doing over there, and it's not Lambo time just yet. But I've got my eye open for some short ideas and maybe some short-term longs here. But basically, we look like we might be traveling down for the general momentum, but right now it's like we might bounce up and then come down. That's all I'm saying. It could get a little tricky here, so let's see what we can figure out. We might be able to play some both ways. Do keep in mind that you know, we've got this little zone over here: total 3, total 2, crypto market cap, whichever ones we want to look at. Right up through here, that will be resistance. So if we do come up, we might come up to this area and then start rolling over. However, if we do see this yellow line cross the purple one, that's hella bullish, and I would probably stick with my longs at that point. But while the yellow line is under the purple one, chances we're going to be drawing down a little bit here. Well, I want to take a look at some altcoins if you guys don't mind. Board PC guy says, I've been shorting the pants off these new meme coins on weeks futures. Nice time to do it. I don't disagree with that. I think that, yeah, some of these meme coins are some nice ones to look at shorting. A lot of them are. Let's see. Let's take a look at, since we're talking about a meme coin, this is basically a meme coin, AI16Z. See how that one's doing today. Let's try good old MXC. We already had something going on over here, didn't we? On the 4-hour steep falling wedgie breakout. Got a measured move up here, but the steeper they are, you know, the rougher it is to get there. Oh, now it's shallow. Oh crap! Now it's subjective, isn't it? That is the measure move, and we haven't made it there yet. Let's update our charts here. We had this guy, which we lost. That was our initial trend line. Look, 3 humps and then a dump. So looks like, you know, our typical ABC type correction right there. With the, where are you, Elliot? Are you not on here? Did I erase Elliot? Oh, Elliot, I'm so sorry. I erased you. I killed Elliot. Well, let's see if we can get Elliot back. Let's go down here. I've got you. I don't have you favorited. Elliot. Oh, there we are. Elliot wave chart pattern. Let's put you on there. ABC correction. I was kind of thinking. You're thinking you're already seed out, though. I was wondering how you're going to look at that, Elliot. I really was, with the 3 humps. Sometimes I like to compare notes with Elliot just to see what he's thinking. ABC correction, and are you just a... What the hell? I mean, why would you be locked? Okay, there we go. So what we do, we get a maturing trend line that starts happening. Now, if we look at this, we broke it, so I don't think we quite got it just yet. Looking at these moving averages, those 9s encroaching in on that 360, that's kind of cool. Looks like she might be coming right back here. I would look for about 22 cents out of this one, possibly. She's at what, 25 cents basically right now. Let's fib this little guy out. Oh man, why does that keep happening to me? .5 fib, not, yeah. She's on she's trying to bounce here. I don't think that will stick. It would be great if it does stick. We don't go lower than 24.50. If there is, I mean, you can finagle a flag out of just about anything. They got people in the morning to teach you how to draw flags when there's not even anything there. I could see something like this kind of happening here. But we got to establish what our new trend line. More than likely, it's going to be like a 45-degree angle. So that's kind of making me wonder if we can catch here and bounce. That would be cool. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder to the downside. And I mean, there's a possibility if it forms a neckline, which would be down here at this trend line too. It's also making a falling wedge, which they're not the best head and shoulders to play. Or it could be an M pattern. You know, people be looking at this as an M top. That would be a little bit more sensible. You're kind of forcing head and shoulders over here, in my personal opinion, at the moment. But a lot of people are going to see a lot of different things when it comes to pattern trading, and you know, wherever biases may be, that's where they're going to be. This one's not yet confirmed either for head and shoulders or M top pattern. My take on it is that, like I said, I draw trend lines. I follow trend lines a lot. Breaking that trend line was a sign, hey man, watch out. And when they break and ride up like that, I look for M patterns. So I'm cool with the M pattern. And we could be breaking down. Now, if we take the measure move from this, that would put us back down in these areas, a little lower than what I was looking for, about 200 moving after. Actually, right here, the 360 and the 200. So we're going to label this little guy right around. Oh man, I did it again. We're going to take this little guy down through here. We'll just put a measure move. So we got a possible measure move here for the M pattern, suggesting that about 18 cents area would be a juicy place to pick up AI16Z if we complete that. That would be more toward the bottom of this trend line, so I cannot disagree with that assessment. So AI16Z, are you coming down a little bit? I'll leave all this on here as my thought process. Here on the 4 hour, I would say your indicators will give you a bigger indication, and we are flipping bearish here on the MACD. So there might be another short here, but it's kind of risky. I'm just saying. I don't like to short support. I'd rather her come up and then try to get in if she's going to try to get in, to be honest with you. I wouldn't short from here. That's just me, though. This is areas where I'm looking at, I might find me a long here. And you can, you know. If you break this, and then you might have a little small one taking you up about 26 cents. Wow, a whole penny. Whole penny could be a whopping 5%. Not the greatest trade. All right, well, that was our first meme coin. I want to take a look at something a little bit more serious called Aave. And let's get a good exchange here. Do we want to do futures or... I usually try to go with spot. Let's just go with Binance. It's probably where I charge it. Oh, look, we nailed it. Something. Got to zoom out as always. It's always best to zoom out and then zoom in, or else you might miss something important. Starting on that 1 minute to build up your thesis or idea is not, well, if you haven't figured it out by now, you will. Your bank account will start going down. You'll figure it out. Look, we nailed all of our little targets all the way up here to 177. Isn't that just beautiful? Isn't that just great? Where's our little nailed it song? We got to go. Nailed it. Beautiful, beautiful. Man, I was looking at that one for a long time ago. How did you react there? You went right through it. You suck. This was a trade setup that we gave for Aave way back here. And of course, it's been a while since we looked at this chart. This was back in April when she was down at these juicy bottom areas. So far, well, let me get rid of that. And then some carry this line over, and it appears that we may be coming back to test that little line. Happens a lot. Let's get some of these old targets out of the way here because, well, clearly, they serve their purpose. Especially this one. Yay! What's that? Yay! All right, so to me, we are in a nice channel and see remnants of it back here and where it touches there. Makes sense that we will probably come down and touch the bottom of this channel down through here. That's actually looking kind of good. That's the 360 moving average that we're testing right now. Maybe it bounces from here and then comes back down. I don't know. Hope you're not setting up for some top pattern to break this trend line. Could happen. She made a lower high so far. We would love to see her get up here about 203. Put that little guy back on the radar there. That would be our higher high. Maybe we're trying to do it. Now, if I bring out Elliot, oh, Elliot, you thinking Charlie fifth wave out? You change your mind, come down and bounces off of this. I just know you would, Elliot. So, come back to these other two moving average areas, 50 and the 21, right around 159. So that goes in line with what we got. Take a look also at the daily and what's going on with the MACD. It's getting kind of tired. Hasn't gave us official signal yet. She's a little bit behind the times. When she does, she's a little slow, but she's accurate. Slow. But when she sees what's going on, she's right. Okay, she's pretty gosh darn good at it. She's just it's Ain't MacD. She brings the best liquor to the party. She's just a little bit lit when she gets there, but she's fun. All right, so she says that party might be coming down a little bit for this little guy. I heard something ring-a-ding in the background there, so let me come over here to you guys and. It's Soul! Thank you, Soul. You give me a $2 super chat there. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support there. Reese John says a live on Solana's about to pop. So says, damn turkey, it's okay. Probably was last. All right, let's thank you so much for the super chat, Joe. I really do appreciate your support. Let me catch up with the oh, and there's another one. Oh my god, I'm missing them all. Thank you for that. So your support, you've been very, and look, 99 cents. Let's just go. I miss. Look at all that. 99, 149. Thank you so much. So 3. And another one, Reese John. I feel special. I already like that one. Oh, these are super. I'm a boomer. I'm still learning how this is super stickers, I think. So make sure we got everything on here. Sound is all right. We're good. We're good. Alive on Sound is about to pump, says Reese John. I'm not familiar with that one. Let's see. Probably have to go to Deck Screener, I'm guessing. I think we use Deck Screener over Dex Tools, right? You were the one with the blinding white screen. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Oh, look, the green showed up. I thought it would see through me. Okay. And that green showed up. Okay, that's weird. I usually can't wear green when I do these streams. So let's check out Alive. There's a lot of different Alive coins over here. Do you have a contract address? Because there's a bunch of them. There's Ashley Live, Alive Board, Alive Access Alive, Alive Jeffy, whatever. So if you can send me a contract address, I can make sure I'm getting the right one. Otherwise, we're just taking a chance on any of them. But I'd like to, I'm interested in that. Let's see if maybe one of the exchanges have got it. No, Alice, no, they don't have it either. It doesn't look like they got Alice, but I don't see Alive over there. There's a Vibe. So if you can send me a contract address, I'll be happy to take a look at that chart and see what's going on with it. In the meantime, I don't see anything else out there. I'm willing to look at coins that you guys are willing to look at too. Let me put my little marker out there. And let's take a look at, this one's been hot, but I don't know how hot she is right now, virtual. That one was really hot. I think it was over $3 or something. And oh, $5 parabolic move. And then what happens after it goes up? When all the flags, people out there chasing flags to the upside, just put it in the flag, just put it in the flag. And while they're out there drawing these crazy things from nowhere, it seems, and taking these, until I see this calm down, I'm going to keep pointing this out. But this is what you get, okay? How many times do you do this? You know, there's usually 3 phases in these markets, if you haven't noticed. On the big picture and the smaller picture, the macro picture and the lower picture, there's usually 3 stages. And that's why you hear me talk about 3 humps in a dump. That's why you see me refer over to Elliott Wave, because it also kind of subscribes to that theory. And we may look at it different ways and whatever, but you will typically find, even with my Fibonacci strategy that I give out, there are 3 sections to this, right? And that's purpose, right? There's 3 stages. You got a basement, you got the main floor, and then you got the upstairs and the attic, okay? We don't usually, you know, have rooftop parties that often. It can happen, but it's very rare. And most of the time, we don't go into the secret runaway cavern, okay? The escape hatch. Very rarely do we ever come down here. It can happen, but usually we're hanging around baseline most of the time around here. Now, baseline fluctuates, and we will always have a basement or a ceiling. That probably got a little confusing. But I'm just trying to say, you usually have 3 areas, typical, okay? And I know there's this thing about, you know, 5 stages of a parabolic move. Yeah, I rarely ever see that play out, to be honest with you. And maybe you can count 4 stages here. Yay! But anyway, the parabolic move, when things start going and these flags are working out, honey, by your 3rd flag, you don't need 2 flags. The 3rd one's probably not going to make it for you, okay? I'm just saying, you're reaching areas of resistance. And the best thing that I can tell you is a trend line, and break a trend line, then you know to get out. Otherwise, you're waiting for a price to come down to the 21, and then we'll bounce, and then you don't, and then it comes down here, and well, I guess that one didn't work out, and you gave up all the gains that you had that you took over here. Somehow I always come back and talk about this. But anyway, parabolic move out of virtual, and then it's not. And now it looks like we might be trying to do something like that again. That's cool. Right, and that's special. Okay, virtual, you're above the 200 daily moving average. That's cool AF. Will it hold? We hope it's a hold, but it doesn't have to hold. She could come back down a wee bit and then regain it. I like what I see on the Ichimoku cloud. It looks like it's ready to put on its party pants. It's just that our bigger indicators over here, even though money flow is coming in the green, it's not there yet. Not there yet. We got our stochastics up here that are falling and resetting. This yellow VWAP is falling. So it looks like will you fully come down here and find support at 139, 140? We're at 147. That could be a scenario, maybe. Call me maybe. I think we would have to put this into a zone. I don't see a full 618 retracement. It's possible. We'll put that idea out there. Keep that on the back burner. Maybe 98 cents, but basically, I do believe maybe she can wick down, touch this little 133, 134 cent area. And it probably will be a wick. Looks like what we got right there. That could happen. I could see that happening. That's if she can hold that 200. Are you going to hold it or are you coming down here? I don't know. I would, the 382 is just, that's just standard anymore to look for a retracement there, in my personal opinion. At least there. And it doesn't mean that she won't go any deeper. But we can play that into our strategy. The other place I'd be looking for is just one step lower, right down here about 116. That one is likely too, okay? That one's actually a little bit more likely than the bouncing off the 133 in my personal opinion. I think you have a better shot to come down here. So we'll put you orange. So we're looking at some possibilities for maybe a bounce in this area. It's showing some signs. It's hopeful. It's hopeful. We're on the daily. That's kind of cool. But she just needs to chill out a little bit. There's always that chance you can come back down here to 56 cents. I'm not going to rule that out either for a deep retracement back here. Retest the breakout of that guy. But if we're looking at our bigger scenario here where we pulled our fibs, let me just double check, make sure I got my levels right. Yeah, okay, so we're at our 236 area for gauging this. This is one of my favorite ways to use the fibs. I mean, other than trying to find little higher nailed it targets and things like that, and you know, those targets like they'll never hit. Oh crap, it hit! Wow, how? Sometimes they don't. Now, everything's not an A, B, Q, C, D, but a lot of them are for real. We're at an area where we need to be testing that before we can try to go up. Next higher target would be 222, but I don't see it happening today. Let's come down to the 4 hour and get some juicy gossip. What are you saying? Are you going to get some support there, or are you going to lose it? Well, she's in this big ass decline right here. We got some moving. We lost our 50, so when we lose the 50, I start targeting the 100 by my 5 moving average strategy. That's just the rules that's the rules of the strategy. Oh, but you got me in such a conundrum. I've still got my eyeballs here. If I had to pick, and I will, and you'll see me do this, and sometimes it's spot on, and sometimes it didn't hit, like we saw earlier. Man, that didn't hit at all. That's where I'm leaning more toward. And I'm not here to be right all the time, but I'm here to be, you know, as accurate as I can be. And I think we do pretty well. I think this is interesting though. If we can bounce here, that actually could be really cool for virtual. The only thing is, this is the 800, this is the 600, this is the 300. That's a little bearish for our bigger moving averages. I pay a lot of attention to those. They have told me a lot of things that the other ones didn't, and they were right, and the other ones weren't so accurate. The bigger moving averages matter. Now, the standard moving averages we have, what they look like, they're the ones that would be telling me 100, we're coming back to 117. And the bigger ones are also telling me that we could pull back too. So I know this looks possible, like it might hold, might get a bounce, and maybe we do. Maybe we do. There's some scenarios. I mean, we might be coming up and double top. That would be a scenario. And then we come. So I don't know how this might play out. Just because we're bouncing off the bottom of this trend line, like we have once, twice in those areas before, doesn't mean that we're all going to automatically come to the top of it. We can. We definitely can. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes they only go a partial way. they're still fun to play. So I want to keep this idea up there because it's still valid so far. Lose that trend line 117, and technically you might even go down here. The Fibonacci wise 117 also comes in nice. Well, now we started just talking about a bunch of weird stuff. How about that old fart coin? Fart coin having a hard time here. Where do we get up to 128? Oh, I've got a target a little bit higher that we did not hit. And I seem to be kind of leaning toward 147. I guess that'll still stick. I got a sweet ass buy zone down here at 75 cents. Now it might take us a few minutes to get down there. We probably need to double check that, make sure we didn't get thrown off on our fibs or anything. This is our little woolly booger pattern, a little inverted spider on the ceiling. He's underneath the table, I guess. Looks more like a fat spider. He's a tick. We got a tick just waiting to pounce on us. Suck the blood out from under us. I just want to check my levels here. Oh, did we change things around? No, sweet ass buy zone. Okay, so I think we're still cool. What's up with these? Why? Oh, you're 382 other guys. I'm keeping this line. This is the idea we're looking at. Sweet ass buy zone. I'm not changing that, but I'm putting this guy in. I want to see what kind of support that we find here for this guy. Oh man. Oh man, you did it again. Just kill the fib. There we go. So now I've got my eye on this 88-cent area. And I'm just going to track our trend line. Right there, we lost it. You would consider that a rising wedge. And that's a good chance that they come back down to where they start if you're actually going by that theory. Let's fib you out. What do you got? Okay. Well, your 382 comes up right up here to where we had our red line, our 2-3. That one, okay. So now you're giving me 3 targets to look for? Well, this was a 236 area. It could be an area to retest, and it's over here. Yeah, I'm actually. So much, I'm going to paint you green. I'm actually short term. I'm looking for this one. Actually, a little bit more than this one, to be honest with you. 88 could still be on the radar there. I don't like what I'm seeing over here if we get that, and it makes me think he has an idea. Probably looks a little bit better on the smaller time frame. Yeah, you can see it better on a smaller time frame. A reason why we might be coming back down here, and I'm sure some of you can already see it. Can you see it? It's just a possible idea. We don't call things out until they confirm, or if we do, we say you wait for that confirmation, because we don't want to be that dude out here calling patterns all the damn time that don't ever play out. But you could get something like this. Notice I had to have a neckline for the pattern to fill out, and I take that as a very serious rule, and I'm glad that TradingView does too. A lot of people, even Thomas Bukowski's not that picky on the neckline, and I am. This was one of the first patterns I ever learned in pattern trading before I ever joined a class or anything, joined a group or anything like that, or studied Thomas Bukowski. And I'll tell you how I used to learn in my first education on these patterns were those articles that you will read where they will have analysts, and I don't know, there might be some out there right now, but there usually is, and they all, it's all different analysts, and they all use different techniques and everything, but they do a really good job of breaking down why. They give you the evidence to why they believe that. That's the whole purpose for those articles. They're great educational content right there. Those little articles that where they're analyzing Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, they might throw 4 or 5 together sometimes. Those things, a lot of times you got to learn a lot from those guys, okay? Because they're making an argument for their case to prove their point. And they're going to tell you what they see and their interpretation of that. And that's where I first learned about the head and shoulders. Somebody broke that down and made it very apparent and they really preached about the neckline. That stuck with me. I applied that, and here let me just give you the lesson in general there, and maybe it will impact you the way it has me too, right? Ideally horizontal neckline, and it needs to be a solid neckline. Now Thomas Bukowski and some other people, they'll just find anything. Well, I don't want to talk bad about Thomas Bukowski, but I can definitely talk bad about other people. Man, you can see any they make everything a head and shoulders. This is a head and shoulders. This was a head, they'll make anything a head and shoulders. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder to the downside. Anything that looks like it's got 3 humps, they'll quickly call a head and shoulders. And I disagree. I think you got to have a set of rules, and so the neckline is that set of rules. Another one, okay, so the neckline. The other point that it was majorly important and really eye-opening that I learned from those articles and not somewhere else and wasn't regurgitated, was that the left shoulder and the right shoulder, ideally, you want the right shoulder to be lower than the left shoulder, because this whole pattern is to show a reversal. Price coming into it, because the price has to rise into it, right? And then what this is showing is that price was not strong enough to even make it past over here. That's your best indication that, ooh, you got a lower right shoulder than the left shoulder. Oh, this sucker's probably got a good chance to play out. That's a good one. That's a good one. But now if the right shoulder is higher, it can still play out, or it may fake out, because you're showing some strength here, that more strength than what you had over here. Those are some things that are not really talked about for this pattern. And it's not so much that the shape helps you figure out what's going on, but it's really the price action that's going to clue you in, right? That's all how to read price action. And those little clues, I think, have been the most helpful things for me to navigate a head and shoulders than any of this, look, hump, and we can do this. And, others is speculation. This is a little bit more, got more rules, more things to look for, more scientific things to invalidate. If price comes up above this shoulder, your idea is invalidated, and you need some invalidation points. When does a pattern get invalidated? That's very important to know that. And I don't know, you'll get different things. Well, if it goes up here, then we're going to the moon. If it comes down here, I don't know, we'll look, and how it does to the 20, I don't know. There's more depths if you're a pattern trader. There are rules and guidelines for all the patterns. And if you apply them, I think you have better results than just Googling a picture and hoping that you understand what it says, or listening to somebody regurgitate what their interpretation of a Google picture, because that's a lot of what these paid trading groups do, for real. It's regurgitated information, and a lot of that doesn't come from some solid sources. So I would, and that's one reason why you see me refer. I'm trying to show you where my sources come from, or good sources to base things off of. That way when people are getting a little bit off the edge, right? If you got a good foundation, a good traditional foundation, ideas that have been in this market, they weren't just pulled out of somebody's butt 2 weeks ago. Look, I found a whole new system, I got a new method, look at this, I got new words and new ideas. The tried and true stuff from the people that did, retired millionaires actually did it in this game. Their processes are out there and they work. And if we apply that, and then we can kind of gauge, what other stuff is, how it's working against it. It's our baseline, right? Just my ideas. We're supposed to be looking at altcoins, but yet I started getting into all this stuff. Let me come back to the chat and see what you guys are chatting about, and maybe you'll keep me on point here. So, okay, there's our contract address. Okay, it's a pump.fun coin. I always make that noise when I see pump.coin funds. Nothing personal, just Okay, it was Jiffy. I guess they all have different. Is that for the radio. Okay, I guess I gotcha. So we're at different prices on every different thing that I go through here on the same contract. That's interesting. This one says Jeffy. It's got a 181,000 market cap. The one alive says 178. It's on Radium. That's probably the one I'll go with. Jeffy is 1814. This one's 1788. Down here on another exchange, it's a lot cheaper. So go arbitrage and just, you know, buy it here, sell it there, and you already made an instant profit. I don't know. Let's take a look and see what we. Oh, now you're giving me a different price. So maybe all the prices are right. Maybe it's just there. So this is the 1 minute, and it looks like it's new, and that's all we got. We'll go to the 5 minute. So brand new coin, very risky. Don't know what's going on with it. Let's see what we got. Well, it just jumped up there. Look, if you hadn't been farting around, you could have made $100 if you put in 2,000. Go ahead, jump in. It was created 4 hours 17 minutes ago. I'm just trying to find some information on it. Where are you? Market cap and all. There you are. Market cap's 198,000. So brand new little token over here, alive IMT on Radium. What I do see that I do like is this idea, support resistance flip area. Higher highs, higher lows, a little deviation. So yeah, it does look to me like she might be trying to go up. Now, how far and whatever, I don't know, man. Where are we at? 0.00019. What's the deal with this coin? What area? Search on Twitter. Hello, Twitter. I understand. Was there not a website over there? There's probably one over here. Oh, don't say much going on. Please, Zero, be alive. I pray on you. Be the next Jesus. You are my hope to come back. Still alive. 64 cents. Okay. What else you got? Anything? Jeffy. Oh, it's called Jeffy. It's called Jeffy. Jeffy alive. Alive or Jeffy? Jeffy alive. All right. Well, what can we figure out from this little set of data that we have that we're in a channel? That's for sure. Squeezing. Will she come back down here or will she break to the upside? Your basic measured move would, you know, kind of indicate that you would, you know, if we do break out, we could be looking at a 0.003259. Just a rough estimate right there. We'll give you an estimate first, and then we'll really rake you over the coals when you come in to pay the final bill. That's just how we like to work things out over here, fellas. Just like your sleazy car dealer. Alright, so I'm trying to pull out me some tricks here, but I don't have as much information to work with. So I may have to do a few little deviant things here. Thank you for the super chat. We'll take a look at this one. I got no problems doing that. I think you are at your area for a nice little. Ooh, you did shit. Did you go to the red one? You did. You 272. You sweet little devil, you. All right, we got a little bit to work with now. Where are you coming back to, baby? You on that 382? You bouncing off that 3? That's a good place to bounce for you. I ain't lying. But you'd already. Oh no. From here, where'd you go? A point fiber. Actually, with as little information as I've got to work on here, let's work a little fib magic, see if we can get some targets. Some targets. I am not sold on this next one yet because I'm doing it preemptively. Other words, I don't know exactly if we got a bottom in for this particular. Oh well, I'm not doing it for that one. No, Okay, never mind. This one I feel more kosher. That one takes us up there. I'll be darned. Well, if you do bounce from where we are, that takes us up to our channel measure move. So I guess we will keep that one. We'll throw in one more right here. Just in case. We normally don't get a bounce from here, but hey, man. If she respects this trend line here, we might get a bounce. All right. So, let's see what we came up with. I've got a target. Where you at, baby? Where are you, Mr. Oh, for the love of God. Price label. I got that 32.50-ish area right there. I also got that 31 area. And this 2650-ish, or 30 actually. 3631 area. And if, by chance, will this work over here? Sometimes it doesn't. We can get up there to make that higher. Oh, that's pretty sweet. That's a nice 60% move. 89% move. And where we could go for a measure move if we break out of this channel. Looks like we're trying. No guarantee. Oh, look at you. I'm feeling the FOMO. 100% gains there at 332. What is this? This is that's an interesting little degen play. I like little degen plays, and we're going to share this little degen play so that I can snag that address, and I'm going to probably... Do I have it? I don't know if I got anything over there I can do anything with. Trade setups over here. This was, oh man. Let me go get that contract address again. Uh-oh, we got... Wait, you tell me my microphone is off? Wait a minute, there's something going on. My microphone is on, right? Joe says, Road Dogg doesn't trick you into making him rich while you're trying to get rich. No, no pay group. I have no pay group. Did I miss something? I'm going to copy that address again. This is total degen. I'm just saying, it's total degen, but very new. I think this is brand new. An in and out play is how I would look at these, okay? Total degen setup on new coin. And what's it? At your own risk. Enter at your own demise. There is our warning right there. And that's the contract. Okay. In and out. All right. So now I got the contract address over there. Now, do I want to play this little guy? Do I want? I'm kind of tempted. We're on the what? How are you looking over here? Do we have a signal? Do I have anything that's going to tell me to play? The slightest little thing. The slightest little thing I got is a little candle opening above that. For some people, that's enough to take a trade. Can I do this in time? I might degen it. I want to. Let's see if we can degen it. Okay, so now first, while I'm pummeling around and price is getting away from me, and I want to go to trade setups. Okay, let me copy the contract. Okay, copied you. Now we go over to my little Phantom degen wallet, because I got a wallet especially for this degen-y stuff, and I've got a small trigger at resistance. It's kind of a stupid trade to get at. Well, not stupid, but it's got its risk. We're at an area of resistance, so this can go against me really easy, and I'm cool with that. I need some dollars, or else I'm going to have to. I'll have to trade something that's not down too much. Oh, AI16 Eliza, did you come up a little bit? You need to, because you suck. I'm not. There's got a little bit of Solana. You got a way little bit. And I'm not putting very much. Oh, snap. Clearly. Bye-bye, Solana. Let's take. Are you. Hey, which one of you is running up the price on now? Now I'm at a double top. Now it's not. You guys suck. You front ran me. Oh, I got $2 over there. Oh. I don't remember. Oh, I ain't putting my whole thing in now. Oh man, this sucks. All right, well, clearly I missed my entry, so I'm still going to do this, but I'm only doing just a very small amount. If I can even, I've not even got it to be able to trade it yet. That's what sucks. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. No, I'm still actually going to. It's alive. It's Jeffy. She is new. Woohoo! You watch me make that price move. $2. Woo! Yeah, that was me. That little, that was me. My $2 moved the price on this little. This thing's got, what's the market cap on this one? It's already at 236. Wasn't it like at 179? It's already grew that much just from going here to there. That's interesting. Well, this is kind of a fun little thing. Look at that candle. We're breaking out of it, so we're headed toward. We should be headed. Theoretically, we're headed. I would screw. Well, that was good if you got in here. Wow. We're DJing and meme coins on Solana. Well, that was cool. That was fun. Let's see if that. Do I need to? Is there a star thing up here? Do I get to favorite this somehow, some way? Oh! Boost it. Well, Jelly is alive, and Jelly's trying to work on something. Okay, well, that was cool, DJing little play. We'll just have to come back and check on it. 0.00033. Look at it. Look at it. Were these you guys? Hit 111 if you had one of these. How much? Somebody, I can't tell. Why does it say alive and IMT? What's the difference here? Alive, am I on a... This is dollars, right? Let me try this one more time here. Okay, same chart. Okay, this is the one on Radium. It's throwing me off with this alive-IMT. It's not saying USD, and that's like, what does that mean? Look at that candle. It's going up. It's just going up. Look, cool. All right. Let's come back to the chat and see if we can get back on target over here. Reese John says, them trying to stop a fresh pump, seller stuck. We're fighting through. Doesn't Bitcoin look like it's dropping lower? It does. That's been my thesis for a minute, and I started wondering if it's going to happen. Love the info provided here. Teaching for free. Thank you, Joe. Road Dog doesn't trick you into making him rich while you're trying to get rich. I do not. I think I just said that earlier. Joe says liquidity on that coin is only $28. Warning, warning, warning. It's a warning, but it is, but. It's a D10 play. I got $2, man. I mean, I probably would have went somewhere around maybe 20 at the most if I had it. I didn't have it, or I might have went that much. This is gambling. This is gambling. This is having fun. This is gambling. This is not. This is going to be the coin's going to make me rich. No, this is like, no, I'll take a little. I'll take a little taste. I'll try out my little skills. I'll test my little. Look, there's a cup and handle right there. You know it's going to the upside. Duh. No, I'm kidding. Let's hope it can do it. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Oh, look, somebody took profit. You little dirty bastard. You're supposed to hodl, man. That's a lot of people buying that. How much is this? How much are they buying? I can't tell how much they're buying over here because it doesn't give me the dollar amount. Anyway, let's move on with somewhere else as we watch this little guy. This is what I'm watching here. Total 3, man. Total 3, she broke the trend line, but she's spotting support on that magical 3.68 Fibonacci area that was resistance. And if it needs to be support, that would be a good move. Normally, I'd be looking for her to come down further, probably retest this fake ass trend line. It's not really much of anything. Probably doesn't even need to be there. It's not accurate. You're a place marker. Take you off. It's got a little something to say about it, but anyway. And we're kind of watching altcoins just kind of, you know, do what they do today. Here on the hour, it looks like things are starting to perk up a little bit though. Yay! And so we're thinking, or I'm thinking, with total 3, it looked like altcoins could get a nice little bump up, and then, but they still might roll over. We're not through. If we're making a head and shoulders, then that implies, hey, they got some more downwards to come if that's happening. So altcoins, in my personal opinion, going to be a little bit shaky. Here we are on Fartcoin. This is what we were talking about before we went over there, right? The possibility for it to come down here to this area. And it might bounce there. She might come lower, but I still see a sweet ass buy zone at 75 cents if she could make it down there. And you know, the thing about it is with these ideas, it could be a slow burn. I mean, it could take, you know, it could take all week into next Sunday or something for us to get down here for something. It could, if we do. Patterns suggest that we especially if it does like this head and shoulders thing, then yeah, you can probably feel a bit better that it will. Let's take a look at Solana, America's favorite coin right here. I don't know if it is or not, but that's the words that came out of my mouth, so I'm rolling with it. She also could not get past these areas. Lost her 618. Hoping she could hit that 161 area, that 786, but she didn't. She did make a higher high over here and a higher high for this one. Well, that will be the next guy we shoot for, around 180. That's going to be worth anything. I mean, if we knock out this high, we come for a higher low. Really, these guys are just there for play. I mean, yeah, you can take profits there, but the sweet spot would be over here at these bigger guys. We can see what we get from there. Look, a shoulder, a head. Look, a high and a higher high. That's really how you should be looking at it. For real. Patterns are great. I love patterns. I am a pattern trader. I consider myself a pattern trader. I lean a little bit more towards some other things to help me navigate that, because I think that's the best way to do patterns. Don't trade anything by itself. You got to combine this stuff. You have better luck when you combine it. So I would never use a pattern just by itself. And I know some people do. It's a flag to the upside. I'm jumping in. Why? Is there a breakout? Are you at the bottom of the trend line where it's a good? No, I'm just jumping in because it's a flag to the upside. Sammy did it. I did it too. And like I said, you know, 2 out of 3 of those will work pretty good. That third one usually bites you in the ass. So this little flag went to the market and this little flag stayed home. This little fib went from low to high and saying, hey man, 133 looks like a pretty gosh darn good target for Solana. Highly unlikely that we hold 143, more likely that we come down to 133, and nay, I say, maybe even to retest the actual breakout of this trend line, because that's what happens with patterns a lot. If my trend line is valid, it looks kind of crappy over here, so right now, you could definitely say, I don't know about that road dog, that looks kind of crappy. But right now, these are the two areas that we're looking for, fib-wise. And a lot of people are looking for the golden pocket 618 and everything, and that's cool. They can still look for it. I just think we'll have a little bit better results over here. So 134 area, let's see if we get a bounce there. If we do, that could be nice, and that could take us up to these areas about 190 where we were talking about we need to go. That's the scenario we just kind of played out, right? We need a nice pullback either here or here. Either one would suffice, and then we can start working toward our higher high there. Knock out this guy. Just a scenario, doesn't mean that this is what's going to happen, but it's a good possibility. Some other little tricks that I like to use that can be helpful, but doesn't necessarily. Ooh, snap! Can you? But what if? What if we do have some kind of channel idea going on here? Because it's possible, and we come all the way down to the bottom. You know, let's keep those ideas on the back burner too. Let's not. No, he said it's going to bounce here. I said we're going to look for a bounce here. And that's all any of these targets should be. We look to see what price reacts there. And sometimes, depending on your risk tolerance and your trading, you know, whether you put a limit order in there, wait, and then, you know, make adjustments as that happens. If I know if you work a full-time job, sometimes that's what you do, is what I do. Sometimes I still do that, put limit orders and wait. And if they hit and we look like we're still going down, maybe we can get a stop loss, take a little loss, or maybe we ride it on, and, you know, we got options there. I don't recommend riding things off to the downside, but I've done it plenty of times, so I have to talk about it. The best thing is to wait for a reaction. Set an alert. That's another option. You can go over in TradingView and set those little alerts. Hopefully you do better than I do, because I don't know what it is. Alerts piss me off. I don't know what it is. Maybe I think I have better luck if I do it on my phone, but if I set them on TradingView on here, for some reason it just pisses me off. It's like beep 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 beep. I'm like, what? Check this price. I'm like, screw you. I'm doing something else right now. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me, but it works for a lot of people. So that's about habit and psychology right there. So Solana looks like she might be turning on your bigger moving averages. Those actually look good. Those actually look pretty good. Let's look for a 134 first. See if we get a reaction here. Moving averages tell me to take this one off the radar right now, but we're on the 1 hour. Zoom out to the 4 hour. That's still 134 is. I'm switching you. I'm switching you to green. I'll put you at orange. All right, so 4 hour. You're seeing bearish crosses happening right here over this 100 moving average. The chances of us just popping and zooming up to the upside are getting slimmer and slimmer with each cross that we got, and every candle that we close below this 9 green moving average pushes us a little closer to these areas down here that we're looking for. There might be a little bump up and then a little rollover to come deeper, but we've been making lower highs. That was a little higher, but you also made a lower low, so yeah, they're just playing with us. We're overall making lower lows and our lower highs, and ultimately possibly making another lower low, which could be down here. Should we short it? I would wait till you get to a high. I would wait till you get to somewhere up here. If we were going to short, actually, you're starting to look at the areas to build a short, for real, for real. It's unlikely that she makes a higher high. If she does, then maybe we're thinking about doing something else. But 145 to what we are, 144. You're getting into some shorting territory now. I don't know for sure that we'll make it up to 145. 0.5s are a good place to maybe start building a short, but know that you could get into some drawdown there. Let's come back to the chat, see if we can get back on track here. Make sure I haven't missed anything else over here. Yay! Make sure that we reacted there. Thank you guys again. Appreciate your support. Joe says, I agree. $20 for DGen, $50 max for the money I'm willing to lose. Lots of traders put more money than they're willing to lose and get wrecked. Love me some. DGen plays and wait to see what happens. The DJ, and you do have to go within reason, but I mean, when you read about some of these people that put like $1,000, $2,000 in on this, I'm like, not me. And you know, if when they win good, and when they lose, they lose pretty bad. Richie John says ZBCN has been killing it. Justin Crypto says, what software do you use for your 3D avatar face filter? It is your basic Snapchat. Actually, a bootleg old version, because they changed things around where you can't use it on a computer anymore. And there was a little workaround, so I used the workaround to do it. I wish I could find, and maybe there'll be some other AI face filter place that shows up, because this is cool. I would like to be able to make my own little faces, and I think we're headed there if anybody cares about it. I just don't know who's going to take it there and where I can find that software. I'm looking for something better. Especially they give me more control. But right now I got a very limited supply of faces. Most of them are stupid, and then some of them just don't work for what I'm trying to do. Unless you want to see me as a girl. That's kind of weird. Are you ready? Yeah, check this out. Oh, snap. Oh, look, I'm a chick. Hi, my name's Alice, and I think you're kind of cute. I was looking at you over at the bar, and my surgery. My doctor says that I'm ready to start, and I'd like for you to be my first one. Would you like to take my virginity, my newly fresh man-made woman virginity? Come on, let's go. Whoa, turkey! And here we are. Reese John says, yeah, new coins are very risky, but you can bank. I made a little over 1K on Bob last 2 days from 200. Bob? Is that Bob? Is that coin? That one's been around for a while, right, Bob? I'm downloaded, what is it? Animes right now. That sounds interesting. There's Soul! Sam says, no! King Ho says, no! Haven says, I'm cool with the turkey. Oh, you don't want me to be Alice? She's cute. I mean, sex sells. I'm just saying. All right, let's take a look at. Hey, man, this one was hot, and I remember from last cycle too. This one had its moves, and this is Alpaca. Now there's my timer. Now she's been hot, so I'm not trying to buy her at the tops, but I'm trying to look and see. Hey, man, is there a pullback for this little? Oh, snap! Man, that would have been a great short, wouldn't it? Too late for that idea. This is Alpaca Fine. I'm on the 15-minute. Oh, this just happened? Oh, man. Dang, road dog. If you thought about this about an hour ago, you could have made some money. That would have been, I mean, catching it anywhere. It's like 46 cents. Ooh. That's one. Oh, well, I'm late to the party on this one. My bad. When she moves. This was, no, I'm not leaving. This was April, but look how long she stayed flat, though. I mean, look how long it stayed like that. Oh, and then she popped off. Well, it's kind of, I wouldn't expect it to just, turn right around and do this again. That was one of those one-of experiences, I believe. Ooh, you did that. She got up to, oh, wow, look at that. All right, so I guess not. You would seriously have to accumulate that. Basically, what you would have been doing is accumulating this thing somewhere around 20 cents forever. And if you didn't have your little, you would have to do a play like this and use your fibs and set orders. I mean, that's the only way that you could do something like this. And then wait. So that's definitely a degen play. And of course, you'd have to keep up with your fibs too to get the right actual accurate prices, because if you weren't, well, you could have still come out all right. Let's say you were off, you hadn't checked this one in a while, and I mean, your old fibs, they're just off a little bit, so still valid. Even if you took your fibs from over here down to here, you still would have got paid. But it's kind of like those strategies that you'd have to use to sell. And let's just say, I don't know, your average is about 14 cents, and we're at 23 now. 14 cents, that's 200% the first target. 358 the next one, 489 to that one, 630, and then 821, but you didn't get that because it didn't go that high. So I mean, that's a strategy to apply for some of these little guys. But Who would have known that alpaca was going to pop off like that? Crazy. And well, the now that it's done it, I mean, you don't see that it happens very often. In the last 2 years, that's so. All right, I'm changing my mind on that one. I'm not really thinking, oh, she's just going to keep on going. She's going to keep on going. That's what she's going to do. She likes to keep on going. My moving averages are still, they've not. The big ones haven't crossed. It's trying to. She's doing some stuff. Maybe I don't trust it. I don't trust it. All right, so screw you, alpaca. I'm not going with you. You already missed a short. Go back up. I might be able to short it somewhere. Where would you short it from? I would look to see what she does right here, about 72 cents. See if she gets up there. Maybe 85, but you know. You got to see what she's doing. Thought I might find something there, but I'm not. I'm still checking out Pingu. I've got a long on this one. It's so far doing. Did you stop me out or anything? What are we on, the 4 hour? Are you trying to? Are you trying to do something? Got a little bit of duck lip action going over here with our signal lines. She's trying to do something. Let's get these other lines, these trend lines out of here. Those are old news. Now we followed our bottom one. Now we follow our top ones. Oh, you got a little fake out there. Never came back down to retest that just yet. That's good. That's good. I think it looks like she's trying to make a topping pattern. I mean, maybe it's just, it could be some of my bias, but it looks like we might try to do something like that. And, you know, maybe not. We've been seeing this kind of shape, this pattern happen a lot at the top. So I would just say, watch out for it. This is, I was calling this a woolly booker, but now I've decided to call this the crab cat, because you need to fear the crab cat. Fear the crab cat. So I don't know if we're trying to do that. We keep my eye out for it because she can happen, and you do have a 800 moving average coming up here that's, you know, tanking toward the downside along with this one. I like this though. That's kind of cool. I can see us coming down back down to these little areas, and maybe right down here, to be honest with you. We looking at that one. Now that I see what's going on, maybe. But she might get a little bump up. Now that might be nice. Please bump up before you bump down, and that could be a 20% gain. Fear the crab cat. I'm just saying, we're going to throw some eyeballs in there so we don't remember. And keep your eye on this one. And she's rounding out a little bit. And, I don't trust it. Don't trust it at all. For real, for real. Makes me want to... Now, that was, shoot. Pingu, right? Because unless I got stopped out, I've got a Pingu long over here somewhere. I've got way too many positions open. There should be stop losses there. I'm just waiting for most of them to get stopped out or to take some. Chill guy, are you up? I have not taken any profit from chill. Now here's my rule of thumb on this is like when I get to like 25% profit, I'll usually take about 25%, and then I go and. So I got 26, well, a whole 26%, and now I put my stop loss to break even at, what was that, 54? You should have a stop loss in there before, but you didn't. Confirm, I'm making sure we do that, okay. And well, that's how we get under $200 is by not putting a nice stop loss. This one, I haven't taken any profit on this one. The short, ICX short. Snap it! Look at you! I had another order in, try to get it up here. And she just came right below it. I guess I can free that up. Don't need that. Are you still thinking about going down, Lottie? Can you go down? Have you still got more to go down? Put you on a bigger time frame. Ooh. I don't know if you can go down too much more. Probably need to take a little profit from that. It's up 129% there. I try to share some of these, but they don't share good from here. You know, when you do the little, is it this thing? It doesn't share from my phone. Maybe I can do it over here. And then when I do, like we go to the vanity wall, I find it puts a link instead of putting, I get a link. And I'm like, well, that's not what I'm trying to do. So you're stuck. So you don't see me share unless I take a picture of an actual picture. So we got to close this little guy by at least 25%. Let's take $1.16 profit there. Let's put our, move our stop loss to 12. You didn't have one? Yeah, you're okay. I already had one. I thought I did. We'll lower that stop loss a little bit and just managing our trades over here. Party, I've already taken some where I'm up 141. Probably wouldn't hurt to take a little more. Let's take a look. Where are you at right now? Are you coming up, coming down? I'm on what time frame? 6 hour? Oh, that's too much. Let's go 1 hour. Okay, nicely to come down. This is have I got my stop losses? I'd probably lower my stop loss. Probably not a bad idea. That way I can get more money if she comes up. She makes a higher high than some of these things. We know things are not working out in our favor. And if we look, she can still come down a little bit more, maybe. Another 10%, about 20. And yeah, I'll leave my stop loss right there. All right, so we got you. We took a profits, right? We took a little bit of profits from Party, right? Didn't we? I don't think we did. We were going to. So I'm going to take 25% here, just 25%. That gives me a $1.87 out of that. I've got $3.87 in this trade. I could close it out for $5.70, and I've already taken 2 out, so that's a pretty good return, right? Now, I know you might be saying you're trading small amounts, that's tiny amount, but look at the gains I got on this versus the people out there that are throwing $1,600 in for a trade setup, and you know they don't let their trade setups play out. And so $1,600 to make $50. We won that trade. Yeah, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. I mean, I'm not saying to put $1,600 in on these trades, but if there was a $1,600 trade here, it'd be totally different. There's more gains. We're getting more return for what we're risking, and I'm risking pennies for real when you take into consideration the actual stop losses. And when they get away from me, that's when I get in trouble. Try not to let that happen. So this one's up in Kava, just 5%, so I'm not ready to do anything there just quite yet. Still looking at it. Let me manage some of these other guys. 8 people hanging out. Am I losing people? It's just getting boring. Some people might need to see, some ideas on how to manage trades. I've got 13% here. Turbo, 54. Make sure we get our stop loss in on this one. My entry's at 54. This was a long. Turbo, let's see what you're looking like. Turbo, what you look like, you darling? Oh, I just did my stop loss over here. Whoo. She might come get me. She might come get me now. We'll set her up a smidgen. A smidgen. That's risky. I think she's going to stop me out. If we're below, well, let's take into account our new information here. Unless I wanted to put another entry over here. Do I want to do that? You're making higher highs, higher lows. I'm actually going to do something a little different. I'm going to put my stop loss where I'd lose 69 cents, but I'm also going to put me a nice little order at 52.9-ish. Or 8. I'll go 52.8. I'll make it work for it. And just put me a little small tiny, tiny little order over there. Oh, apparently I've got to go with a certain amount. That sucks. So got me a little entry there with my stop loss down here. Well, I'll try that out. Because I want to build a little bit. And then if we come back below here, go lower, then my idea is invalid. And then I'll just go ahead and get stopped out. So, well, bad idea. But if it does respect it, then we might be able to make a little bit, some more gains over here, darling. When I guess I could. Get me a... Bet you tag it. Oh, you hit that one. Let's see if we can hit this one up here. We're making higher highs. All right, what else we got going on here? Got some that are, oh yeah, this one you got. Ooh, you're down a lot. I should have cut you a long time ago and I did not. FLM, what's going on with you? Why are you killing me? Why are you killing me? Yeah, this is one that I screwed up on. I did not. So yeah, that explains why our account's not growing. You got stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. Stupid is having too many positions is clearly what's happened here. Is there hope for you? I'm not getting any hope for you. Oh man, I don't want to take a loss, but that sucks. You got any chance to come up and give me a little relief right now? So this one got away from me. Shame on you, Road Dog. You totally suck. And I've got a couple of options. I just let her ride and flirt with getting her liquidated and losing it all, or I bail out now. The smart thing would have been to have a stop loss or bailed out a long time ago. And so we broke our rules and now we pay for it. And you suck. Alright, now let me check you out. This is Flamingo Finance. She was short. I was shorting it. And then I thought, oh, it looks like a good place for a long. Ah, look at you. Have we got a chance here for our... That sucks that you're down here. You could totally, really, totally go back down there. For real. Might catch a little something there. Wouldn't be enough to get me out of the woodwork with it. The 32. It might get me close. It might get me close. So I'm flirting with getting liquidated here. Cause I'm stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. So I can flirt with that idea, or but you could be this too. That could be one of the. It might not. Quite honestly, she met her tops, right? She needs a good pullback. Fibonacci, what do you say? Where should we go? You're at it. Okay, gosh darn it. So it's not good form to add to winning trade or losing trades, and that's what I'm being tempted to do, just seeing that we could bounce there. 22. So, and where's your liquidation? That sucks. I'll let myself. If it's on, it's a $4 trade, so I'm not, you know, either take the loss now or and realize $3, or I'm risking $1. Basically, I'm risking $1 if I want to keep it in. Huh. My liquidation area is 27. So close. What to do? What to do? I'm going to zoom in. Is what I'm going to do. Show me what you're doing over here. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing for me though. All right. Time to make a decision here. 28.2. And it's going to look stupid. We're going to set our... We're going to set a stop loss. Like we should have done a long time ago, and we didn't. Even people who've been in this market for a long time make stupid mistakes. 0.00279. I'm going to take a... I'll take a 386 if you come down and get me. I give you a little bit more wiggle room there. We're putting a stop loss in. And hoping that maybe she'll catch a bounce off of that and get us at least back close to here. And maybe I can de-risk. But that sucks. Okay, well that's one that sucks on the downside. Buying is down. I'm in a very small trade there. I'm down 60% on this one. This was a long. Probably stupid. So she gave out on me and I didn't set a stop loss, and so there you go. So it's when you go against the rules and you don't set those little stop losses that you find yourself in situations like this. Are you gonna... Let's go ahead and set our stop loss at 32.8. I got DGen, and DGen breaks the rules. 32.8, 32.8, right? Ooh, that's a 45. Well, that's because I got 4x, but still. 149, that is less than 2% of my account, so I guess I'm cool with that by the rules, but it's not great. Not great. She started getting away from, well, you look like over here. It's right below my trend line, so if we break the trend line, I know I'm over, but we're above the trend line. I know I got a wee bit of hope. I might even consider putting an order in there, but I really don't want to. Alright, what else we got to take care of here? Altcoin has been... She should have been cut loose a long time ago, but she wasn't. We've got a plan for Altcoin. Altcoin's a bigger trade, or a longer term thing. We've already set up for that. Alright, so I've had some that are good, then I've had some that I've fumbled on my rules, and you can see what happens when I fumble my rules. They can get away from you kind of quick. And I got this little Bitcoin short idea that's been going on for a while. I'm still keeping this Bitcoin short idea for a while. Crazy as it seems. Need to set a stop loss for you though. Oh, I don't like that stop loss. I got some other plans before we get there though. Alright, so I just went over and managed my account there a little bit. Alright, we got 12 people hanging out. Let me come back to the chat. I've kind of got off topic here. I've been looking for altcoin setups. A lot of them are looking kind of bearish in nature. Maybe find some shorts, but I haven't found the greatest ones. Small but not for sale. I paid nothing for it. What? Haven says I have 350 of Pingu and paid a 180 more Crow airdropping me in 4 months. Oh, you getting an airdrop from Crow? ZBCN. Did we look at that? We were supposed to. I got sidetracked. ZBCN. I can't remember if we did or not. Did we? She's up there. So that's for dang sure. We need to zoom out. CBCN. So these are our bigger targets that we could be headed up to. It's been a minute since I looked at it on this particular chart. Let me just double check my levels over here. Yep. Still on them. You're at the 0.5 area right now getting rejected. There might be a short idea here. Maybe if we're showing signs of getting rejected there again. Let's keep an idea on the radar. She's either going to, get rejected here again, double top, or try to break above it, but she didn't get up any higher, did you? Just a wee bit, a slight higher high. Okay, well, are we still trying to go to 23? That's still on the table. Let's come down to the 1 hour. That's a deviation so far. So if we go from here, this would be the trend line we were following. So I see a chance that we can come up and retest the top of that trend line. That could be up as high as our next target area right here at 0.00238 area. So that's possible. What the other thing that I like, well, here's another one. Let's see, and we got above that. I think that's bullish too. And then so now we come down to here and we use this as our trend line, and we got we got our touch down here. Then you got this wick area, and then you got the candle body right there. So there's technically 3 touches. If we look at it from this standpoint, we're deviating from this main trend line, right? We're starting to curve. This is bullish, like the first signs or, a sign of parabolic activity that could get a nice move up. So let's keep that one on the radar for 0.0023, and even this target up here, this 786 area up above it. Looks like you might get another 18, maybe 40% out of this one. Quite honestly, this one looks, this one does look kind of strong. It looks like she's trying maybe to go for a higher high. Let me just compare that. So your major fibs are always great to go with. Sometimes I do like to see what we got going on the local ones. Nail it in just a little bit more. If we were going to be a little bit more picky, if we were going to be just a little, how far did you go down? Oh, you went down. It's really, I'm liking this one though. So if I wanted to try to dial it in to a little bit more precise targets, I want to make this one a different color. Let's make it purple. I think these guys have some special pizzazzy type magic to them. Can't see that. Let's just make them white or pale. So ZBC, let's get all this stuff off of there. I'm also looking at this idea. So that does put this one a little bit more into reason. These two right here, and maybe even that one over here, but I would expect to see a reaction here, 0.00233 area as a higher high, and maybe she'll come up just that high and then come back down, because she can come down quite a bit. All the moving averages are down here, so we can definitely retest these areas down here. Don't get it twisted. This was up a little high. So if I'm forecasting that idea a little bit, I think she can get a strong move and hit those targets. That would be our little, possibly our 3 hump and a dump thing. That's a nice parabolic. I see that. Here on the 6 hour, you got your little green dot, although, MACD is crossed and trying to figure out life. Yeah, it is, for whatever reason, it does still look bullish. It's above the non-moving average on the 6 hour, 4 hour. 4 hours got the green dot. She looked like, she got a breakout. Possible breakout right here. Breakout, maybe you go for a little retest there, maybe not. But yeah, okay, cool. She's already, yeah, it's looking strong. It'd be cool if she'd come back to just down a little bit, 19.5 or 0.00195 would be cool, but she may not do it. She's on her own little trajectory right here, so 1 hump, 2 hump. So if I was looking at this, I mean, I could wait and hope that we come down here and retest this area, or I can follow this trend line and get in when we touch the bottom of the trend line and put my stop losses below it and play that idea. I do that a lot. I like to play the trend lines. So those are some ideas on that. Well, that looks kind of cool. There's Melissa. How's it going, Melissa? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful day, Melissa. My boy, risk the dollar. Risk it. I'll pay for the trade if you lose. I need to learn from this. I'm lost in the chat. I don't know what we're talking about. Was that the one I degened on? I did. Oh, it's a tiny trade, though. The little meme coin. Crap, I already forgot the name of it. I just know I got a very tiny amount in it. A lot. Oh, look, she killed us. How's that? That's why there's my $2. My $2 is a lot less now. Remember, where did I get you? I got you when you broke outside the box. You suck, road dog. You said it was going up there. So it's got a chance. It sucks when they do this, though. It's a fake out. She's a new coin. They can. So that's the risk that we take. And another reason why I'm glad I only got $2 in it. If I had $20, I'd probably be kind of pissed right now. I think I got in on this candle, right? She went up 22%, which is not bad. And, ooh. Let's go see what my $2 is worth now. It's telling my $2 is still worth $2. I don't understand that. That's kind of crazy. It's worth $250. Is that true? Because I'll take it. No, okay, now you're updating. There we go. Yeah, my $2 is worth $1 now. So I think it was like $250 or something. So that was a loss, wouldn't you say? Yeah, she came down. She hasn't done a lower low yet, so. You suck, road dog. She's a new coin. What can I say? We can only work with, 786, or you going down to 886. That'd be a lower low. Not a good look. Not a good look if you do it. Not a good look. Not a good look. Look, now everybody that bought up here is selling. They're like, oh no, I'm selling. I gotta sell now. Well, if it goes to 0, it's probably a good idea to sell now. It looks like she might drop another. Say it ain't so. Not another 26%. Oh no. You gonna take my dollar down to 75 cents? You suck, man. You suck. Well, so we had a market cap of like 236,000. Now it's 104,000. And so here's our education on how this works. You had $100,000 come out of here. Somebody put out $100,000 in profits for this brand new coin that seems to be. It's taking into account what we got here. Oh, good. You can look at it. Okay, that's an interesting way to look at it. They got us no matter how you look at it, and she's still trying to get us more. You suck, road dog. I lost $1. Maybe 2 if she keeps going down. Here we go. That looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. Can you hold here? Should we put more money in it? Well, hell no. You just see what she did. Can't trust this little sucker. Can't trust any of them. We can hope that she's trying to bottom here and then eventually go for a higher high. We can hope for that. So maybe you didn't have a stop loss because this is on swaps, so that idea. You're 786 in me, so we might be able to get up here. This is our new hope for this new little degen coin that we got into. Or I got into. Hopefully you didn't. Hopefully you said, I ain't getting into that. That looks stupid. And you would have been correct, sir. My only hope is to come up here. That looks good from down here. Wow, 228%. For me, it would, where was it? To me, I make a whole whopping maybe 20% if I'm lucky. Maybe I'll get my $2 back and another quarter on top of it if I'm lucky. Maybe. Ooh, what are we doing here? Do we have some divergence on the 1 minute? That would be cool. We need an RSI indicator over here. RSI, 10 people hanging out. Kind of, sort of, but not enough to convince me to hold. It looks like we're 886 in this little bitch. Let's see what we do down there. I may have just lost $2. Oh wow, you started coming down there awful. I just now printed you out, and did that turn you on? Did that make you want to come down there and talk to me down here? Now we're still not getting divergence that we would hope for to see down here. So are you going to drop lower than that? You're going to come all the way back down and double bottom? That would be our next option if this guy doesn't hold. So we're sitting our time here on, this is Alive or Jeffrey, I can't remember what the name of it. Brand new coin, and yeah. Nice curving. It was deviating. It was. That was looking good. That was looking good. And wow. Then we got hosed. I got hosed for $2. Or $1 so far. Let's take a look at Sui. Sui, is that a nice little W shape coming up here? A nice little W bottom? Are you at an area of support to do that kind of trick? Kind of above this little area. Okay. That's cool. $886 area retracement there. Double bottom. Nice. 618's up here. It needs to get above 328. See 341 coming back into the picture there. That's kind of cool. Well, our fibs the way we normally do over here when we're tracking this way. And we're at the area we need to get above. Right. 330, 337, 333, 337, 342. Still some bearish influences here, but what was the 15 minute? I see a little good stuff. So we may be looking, what all the turkeys quacking about and gobbling about is we're at an area of support that maybe we might be trying to come back up to these areas to confirm 345, 346. And if we can make it back, we can start heading back up to these areas about 380, 375. Don't know if that's what she's going to do or not, but so far she's suggesting she might be entertaining that thought. We'll take our trend line and just kind of move it on down here for right now. Monitor this one and take some stuff off we don't need anymore. Still looks like a... So there's that little toppy pattern I was talking about, and I said it looks like a little princess crown, right? And it's not really a head and shoulders, it's more like a triple top variation. And you know, there's not a lower low down here too, but that's another little variation of a top pattern. You know, people probably call it head and shoulders, but it's just weird. It does, like, it looks like a little princess crown in a way, or a king crown or something. And while it doesn't have a solid neckline for me to call it head and shoulders, it does, you know, is some similarities there that I even look for. This one's got a lower right point, shoulder, head, whatever, top, and that's a good indicator. Oh, lower high, not that's what you're looking for, and not so much the pattern that you're making up here. And you can say that, you can look at it, but it's the price action that's going on. You got a higher high, and then all of a sudden you got a lower low. And then all of a sudden you got a lower high. That's your first instance. Trend is changing. That's your first sign of a trend change right there. And then you look for a lower low, which we got. Then you look for a lower high, and it was a lot lower, which we got. And that's really what we're doing here. So pattern trading, I don't know, when you first find out about it, I guess it's all mystical and everything, and it's all about the pattern and finding this, but you learn that it's more what price action does within that pattern. You know, there's something going on, things are squeezing, or, you know, it's just showing you what's, you know, what the trend is doing, the lower lows and lower highs and all that, until we do something a little different, like over here. Now we didn't make a lower low, we made a higher low. Possible indication that this downward trend is stopping, right? So what we look for now is a bottoming pattern here at support, and this, we had an 886, so maybe that will hold. Maybe we come all the way down. This can still happen, but we are starting to form a bottom, a very well-known bobbing pattern at support. So we're getting a W. So we watch that little guy. It's got a higher high, and that's cool too. Rules of the game are we get past the little peak in the W, then it validates, and then we can look for higher. And then we come up and we make a higher high, because that's what we got to do. If we don't do that, we'll say, oh crap, you're going to do something sneaky, ain't you? So that, I mean, and that's your basic price action. If there's anything basic fundamental thing to take away in trading, that's it. Regardless of what pattern, trend line, or whatever you got going on over here, these are the signs you're looking for. We got a higher low. We might be changing on this one, on SWE. Now all the other altcoins may be sucking and getting ready to go down, but SWE looks like she's trying to do something different. The only thing that's going to tell us if she does something different is if she make a higher high. My moving averages are saying that's a little ballsy to wish for that, so we may not. We may make a higher low, or a lower high. Higher high would give us a chance to go for a higher low, and we're starting to change trend, and we're confirming a trend chain. We've not confirmed anything yet. We got the first sign it might be happening. Confirmation comes, we make a higher high, and then we make that next higher low. There are situations where you can come up and make that higher high, and then they come down and make a lower low, and that sucks. So there's no instant guarantee you're going to get that higher low, but we look for it. So things are looking interesting for SWE, I think, but the other scenario that we could be looking for, the one that the moving averages are kind of hinting at, is that, well, maybe she makes her lower low. Maybe she only comes up here, and then what? Oh, then we look for a possibility of a lower low on that one too. So we take it little by little, looking for what it gives us, but right now we can hope we got a setup that's going to take us to a higher high. So if I were playing this little idea, trying to get me a little long off of SWE, I would definitely be looking at what we do here, 0.5, because that's a rollover point. Be looking at the 0.618, because that's a rollover point, and definitely be checking out these little guys, because that's the main rollover point for a lower low scenario, especially these guys. Moving averages are kind of pointing that, hey man, we might be lucky enough to get up here. Measure move from this guy takes us up here to about the 618. So these areas right through here, 337 through 345, in my personal opinion, are good places to try to get paid or take a little bit of profit. And then if we go up and make our higher high, oh nice, we can make plans for what to do with the next higher low, get in better. See if we're starting to flip ribbons, as things are starting to look more bullish. So far they're not, but we got the first chances that they might be headed that way. Well, I've been going for about 2 hours on this stream. I don't know why. I go off in one direction and start ending up in other places, and that's cool. It's a journey. Has anyone looked into Maple Finance? I believe it's Bitcoin staking for institutions. I've made a play on Maple. MPL is what I've got. Now, I did notice that there's another one called Maple Finance. Now, I don't know what the difference between the two is. This one, and 13 is a pretty good place to get in. On this one, just from memory, because she got up to 35 and even up his high last cycle at 67. I didn't even know about last cycle. I've been in this one for a while. It's been one of my just longer term plays, because I was in somewhere around through here and I never did get out when we were up at 37 like a stupid idiot. It's on my Tangem wallet. But there's another one called Maple Finance, and I'm sure that they're. Oh, it's syrup. Okay. Yeah. So this is probably DeFi play. It reminds me of Pancake Swap, probably because of maple and syrup. And Pancake Swap used to give out another token too called syrup, and they changed all of that now. And so will these guys probably. It looks like they're flirting with how to best milk the money out of the protocol. Let's get some more tokens that do some different things. I'm not going to pay you in tokens that are worth anything. I want to pay you in tokens that may or may not be worth something. So we'll give you the rewards in the syrup token that will fluctuate. It would be cool if we gave you rewards in Ethereum or even in the Maple Finance token or even in Bitcoin. But no, we're not doing that. That's a popular play with a lot of these dexes and stuff. And sometimes those tokens go up, and I recommend selling the hell out of them when they do, because it's a way for them to get money out of you. It really is. So this would be syrup, right? No, this is MPL. This is the main one. I guess look at this one long term. She's got bullish divergence down here on the weekly. That's nice. And bullish divergence on the wave thing. Stochastics look like they want to come down. Looks like she might want to come down a little bit. She finally catches. She's got some work to do, but 50's above the 200. She's got work to do for the real one, unfortunately. And then the syrup one. Let's go back to that one real quick. The syrup token is actually looking kind of cool, right? So maybe I'm the stupid one. I'm in the maple one and I need to be in the syrup. Yeah, I can see that. That's cool. Oh, this is KuCoin I've got. Well, we got a lot of touches there. It's not the best channel idea. We can go over here, I guess. Yeah, I just won't go at all. We'll just fib her out. So syrup token. She hit the area, and then she's already back down here. She's already retesting this area. She might be at a pretty decent area to take an entry, actually. Yeah, she's at the 0.5. Good little place to nibble. And then the 618 might get hit. It's got a decent chance to come down here to get that one, but when you get an impulse move, 50% retracement is, that's the common one to look for. All right, let's go down the smaller time frame and see what she says. That's what she said. And there we are, getting our bounce off the 50 and the 50 moving average and the 50% Fibonacci. Draw a trend line. So there's still a little, a little bit that she can come down to where she is now, or come down to her 10%. I still think this is a good time to, if you like it and think she's going to try to go for a higher high, which it looks like she might. Higher highs. You made a lower low before you made your higher high. That's interesting. I would be interested in looking at these prices for it. Wish we had some more price history. I'm sure you go further back than December, right? Or was that something new? That was KuCoin. They should have the good price history. Let's go with the that's futures. That would be late. CoinX. Try CoinX. You got any more? Oh yeah, we got more price. Yeah, now we got something to cook with. Now we got some price. Yeah, let's do this. Oh yeah, so much better now. 786 retracement right there's also a 127 when we pulled it from over here, saying baby that's about as high as she's going to get. 31 cents right now. She is doing that big old steep ass pullback. We'll get the same targets, I'm sure, right here. So yeah, I think this is, I feel better about this chart. The more history we got, price action, the more accurate that we can be with these techniques. Let's get you a nice little 618 right here. So yeah, I do think that 618 could be on the radar there. Could be. New trend line right there. 618 would be right at it. That's cool. I do like that. I like that 17 too. Maybe we can come down there, but it doesn't have to. Now, let's get a good target. Let me do just a few more little things here. We will get us a hopium target at 4.11 cents.
Crypto dreams fading, no more all in. Grip tight on the wheel, stormy squalling.
You did make a lower high, and it depends on what she does over here. She bounces off this, so you might be trying to work for that higher high. And then we should also put this little guy here. 26. So if she does start bouncing back up from down here, where we are now, it's another 25% gain back up to 26.2. 50% gains back up to 31, and if we can get a higher high out of this one, it could be another 97, almost 100% gains up to 41.1 cent. But we got one hump, two hump. Oh man, I hope you don't do your three hump and then dump. That's also a possibility there too. She should be. This trend line should help. Keep an eye on that. I think it's looking kind of interesting. Beyond the Illusion, how's it going? It's on base and Ethereum. Oh, for the Maple. Ticker syrup. Gotcha. All right. Did we check with it? We checked out we checked out Avalanche. That one's falling back. 1989 right now. Got a little buy zone down here. Let me check and see if you're still valid. It's been a minute. We didn't make it up to our higher high targets. Didn't even make a higher high on this from where we were in March. Avalanche has been kind of iffy. She is, you know, we are possibly making one of them bottom patterns. It might fill out. It's a little, not the most solid neckline, but we'll go with something, okay? Oh, you suck. Well, I'm not even going to try to use that tool. We'll just draw her out. She might be making a possible inverted head and shoulders, and we don't know yet how far that this right shoulder will come back. Hopefully it will be above this one to make it a little bit more bullish. That would be at the 618, maybe about $17.90, something through there. And then see what we can do if we can finally come back up from there. That's a possibility that we're looking at. It's just not yet confirmed. Another possibility, one that I like a little bit better than just trying to do that, is this guy. Remember, you zoom out, connect the dots, the tops, and all this, you kind of get another pattern. And patterns can fit within patterns, and they can overlap and play off each other like Lego blocks. But there's a good chance that we might find some support just right above that at this 0.5. Here at 19. So we're kind of looking between 19, around 18, and maybe, just depending, because it can ride this on down. If the market gets kind of bearish for whatever reason, yeah, we can ride the leg down. So it's still possible to go to 16 something, but this is the sweet little buy zone I'm looking for. We're trying to lose our 200 moving average here on the 4 hour. That's a naughty thing to do. MACD's wanting to party. RSI's wanting to party. She's just broke up above the 30 area. Are you trying to tell me you're trying to bounce now? Are you for real? I would be looking at the 100 moving average area, retesting these areas and this little top. So about 20, just under $21 to me. Look where if she bounces from here. She could be on her little ABC correction. Elliot, do you think so? Yep, Elliot thinks we're on the ABC correction. We hit her 5-way A, B, C. One of these two areas. So 1927 where we are now, Elliot, you're cheating. Or down here to 1797 area. He's got... Do you have the price, Elliot? No, he doesn't. Elliot, that's very interesting, my man. My rules say we broke this guy. Might come up for a double top scenario. That could happen. But if we are doing that 5-way, 3 humps and a dump, Elliot, you counting that as a hump? ABC. ABC correction would be good if we can hold this area, break back above the 200 moving average. I'm just not sold on it just yet. What do you say over here? She's trying. Oh, you're trying to do a double bottom idea underneath 800. So if we break above the 800 and hold it, I'm on the 1 hour time frame. So if you're using this time frame, that if you're not using it, then this level, basically getting back above here, that would be a good sign. Maybe that'll hold. The bigger moving averages have the strength, and they're going up, and I could see this bouncing from there. I just don't see us really necessarily taking off, blasting off yet. And on the smaller time, it looks possible. Maybe we'll bounce from here, but I still haven't got my bounce to some of the areas I'd be really looking for, so it makes me kind of doubt it a little bit. But we'll see if you can try, but she might... What we might see is, yeah, small time frames is looking good. We come up and then we roll over a lower high, and then we come down for a higher low, and that's how we can get these lower areas. So is it patient? Should we be patient and wait too long from here? Should we be patient to wait for an area up here where we might be able to short around $21 and then take it? Those are some ideas to be entertaining right now. Right now it looks like she's trying to do something bullish to go up. I don't think she'll get too far. We'll see what happens there. 11 people hanging out with me, and I've been going for 2 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Answer me says, love this song. Chicken and hot dogs. Franks and beans. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be on here again tonight. I'm flirting with the idea of moving my stream up to about 10 p.m. Trying to see how that works. So far, I've just got technical difficulties when I've done that, so we'll try that again tonight. I'll try to go in around 10 p.m. is what I'm going to try to do. I really do try to shoot for 1 hour streams, but somehow we go for 2 hours. And so this is time for me to cut this one short so I have some energy tonight. Chart school will be coming up Thursday at 8 p.m. is what we're shooting for the membership area, the $3 membership area here on YouTube. If you want to learn more about TA and my style of TA, it's a little bit different than some of the stuff you'll see out there, but there's overlaps. And just to get a very affordable crypto education, or tips and tricks and that kind of thing from somebody who's been around the block a few times and by no means a guru in any aspect. I will never take that title, but I can show you some things that kind of work for me. And even if I show you the things that work for me, you've got to still work on what's going on up here, because that's what makes it all happen. The psychology, what happens up here will determine how you execute these strategies. And that's probably one of the most important things to talk about, your mindset and how you look at these things and approach them, and whether you let your emotions get involved and talk you out of a good deal or not. So it's all part of a process. But I'm convinced that everybody can learn how to do this. I wasn't always convinced of that. I always thought it looked like rocket science at one time. I was like, well, there's no way in hell I'm going to do that. I'm going to learn how to do bots instead with indicators. Now that was more confusing. The TA is really kind of simple. It'll help guide you through these places, man. It's your little roadmap to help you not get your ass handed to you as much as you normally would without it. Gives you that little edge on the market that we need. And I'm a believer in it, and I'm just trying to teach what works for me. Guys, I'll see you tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Trade carefully. Do like to take one last look at Bitcoin. I forget to do that on every stream that I do. Just, oh, nice, Bitcoin. You coming up? Really? You headed toward 95,000? That's cool. You made a lower low. That kind of sucks. So it'd be nice to see a higher high just to get us even more confused. That puts us more in a kind of a broadening triangle, kind of the opposite of a symmetrical triangle. It's just going the other way. Believe it or not, now these can be continuation patterns, so we got to keep that in mind, meaning they can continue down, but they're usually a 60% chance for this one to break. Believe it or not, either way, 60%. Crazy. It depends on it. It's coming down this way. Crazy. So with it coming in here, I mean, technically, I think you got a. Oh, right. For real? Let's just see what she does here. Do we got some good things going on here? Actually, you got something good going on. No, not too good. All right, I guess we need to put something out here. We're either going to double top where we are, get rejected, or maybe squeeze out a little bit of a higher high. If I had to put my rathers on it, I would be saying 95, 427 would probably be our next rejection level. I don't know that we will get past that just right yet. So that's where I see us kind of coming up to for Bitcoin, and we'll see what we do. Now, you look over to the left, you'll see we've been here before and we got the old Dirty Sanchez double bottom right here is what I call it. I gotta go over it. It's the Dirty Sanchez. It looks like an old cowboy hat, like one of them old sombreros right there. The old Dirty Sanchez bottom, but you gotta watch it. You know, they stick the finger up the bunghole. It comes up, and you even made it to the top of the sombrero. It looked like you were going to do it. You were going to do it, but then it comes and it takes that finger and just wipes it right under your nose and did the Dirty Sanchez and just dumped our butts right down here. The old Dirty Sanchez double bottom pattern. Patent pending trademark here on the Road Dog Crypto channel. And the Crab Cat pattern. Yeah, anyway. We have fun with it too. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you tonight. Trade carefully. See if we can find some good deals, some setup shorts, longs or shorts here on these streams tonight. Thank you for hanging out. Hey, that's the same song we had last time, ain't it? We gotta mix these songs up now. We need something kind of how about you? In a Corvette that lit the sky. Mind spinning fast, thoughts collide. Here we are getting rejected on Bitcoin. At the purple line and the red lines. The lines do not like Bitcoin. She's trying to get rejected. Well, let's stick. Or will we bounce back? We actually got a pretty good, decent chance to bounce back from that one, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm shooting for 10 Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time, yeah. Buy went up, sell went down. That is the easiest way to do it. Not the best way, but it is easiest. Ass is about to drop out of Bitcoin. Maybe. She didn't technically make a lower low on the 15-minute from where she was yesterday. I see some curving on those moving averages, though. That's kind of interesting. But when you zoom out, you realize we lost that big-ass trend line. What are we gonna do? And as predicted, now most of your influencers are talking about 88,000 in the lower 90s. We predict what the predictors will predict here on this channel. and we will continue to do so. And of course, you also had the Mr. Flag to the upside guy. He's a little disappointed today. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.